Hello Dragon Wisps, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a guided meditation, kind of to try to test my new camera. Because I did do that video in night vision, but I kind of want to see how it works outside of that. So, it's going to be slightly different than my other guided meditations. This one's going to be a fantasy setting, so something you would see in like Dungeons and Dragons or a fantasy novel, stuff like that. Because I don't know, I'm interested to see how it works out. It's not going to be things like fighting or anything. Just try and set up nice settings, like, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. I would still like to, at some point, try out doing a green screen one of these, but that's somewhere down the line. Oh, before I begin, as always, I'd like to remind you to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet to become a Dragon Wisp. There's a button right over here. And if you would like to support the channel more directly, you can do so at the Patreon and shop links in the description below, as well as the Discord link that is going to be there if you would like to join the Discord channel. It's a good way to get to know people that you normally wouldn't have spoken to, expand your horizons, as it were. We're going to have the Dungeons and Dragons game starting up soon. It's an easier way to get a hold of me too. Like I do try to, reply to all the comments on the channel, but like, just straight up talk. It's easier to do on there, as well as suggestions, like requests. I've got a section in there just for those. But anyway, if you would like to join, link to that is in the description as well. And don't forget that you can comment other videos you would like to see on the channel. And as I had stated before, I would like you guys to comment your favorite trigger words so that I can put one of those videos together. Without any further ado though, sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice fantasy guided meditation. Come on in, get comfortable, we're just about to get started. I want you to make sure that you have an area around you in case you need to lay down. Or if you just want to stay seated for this, that's fine too. But I'm also going to say that it's up to you if you would like to keep your eyes open, close your eyes and just listen, just imagine. It's all up to you how you want to watch this and experience the guided meditation. We're going to start in a few moments. I just want to make sure everybody that you get comfortable first, nice and relaxed. And remember, if you feel like falling asleep, that's fine. I'm not here to tell you how you're going to go about experiencing this journey. Okay. I'm going to count to 10. I would like you to close your eyes. And I want you to just picture nothingness. Just darkness all around. Okay? And hear nothing but the sound of my voice. And when I tell you to, you are going to open your mind's eye and you will see what I'm describing. Little bits and pieces will begin to form as I describe it, and that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you look around at the empty tavern, you see the tavern master standing behind the bar. He's cleaning some glasses, wiping down the veneer, getting things ready for when the patrons show up. It's fairly early in the morning, so you're not expecting a lot of people to be there. He asks you if you would like some breakfast. They have a wide selection: eggs, sausage, bacon, perhaps some toast. You give him your answer, and he heads into the kitchen to begin preparing your meal. As you're sitting, wondering what you're going to be doing today, you look over at the entrance, and there are a pair of adventurers who had just walked in. You recognize them. They're your friends. They are the ones you've been waiting for. They walk over and they sit at your table. You begin going over the plans for this adventure. As your breakfast arrives, and the tavern master asks the others what they would like. A very short debate breaks out as to whether you should take the mountain pass or the forest path to reach your destination. Eventually, you decide on the mountain, because you're all feeling like you could use just a little of that mountain breeze with that nice crisp air today. It's not too big of an adventure right now, just a couple of days travel. You're not doing anything dangerous, not clearing out any goblin camps, no orc village to cause trouble, not even a troll under a bridge demanding a toll. All you're doing is escorting a little girl to her grandparents' house so that she can deliver some medicine that her parents prepared, that her grandparents are going to give to the other villagers so that they can take care of themselves throughout the winter. The tavern master returns with your companion's food, and you all go over some more fine details as you finish eating before you get ready to set off, go pick up the girl that you're going to escort, and be on your way. As you thank the tavern master for the meal, you give him the payment for the meal and your room for last night, and you make your way through the nice open streets of the town towards the apothecary, where you are going to pick up your charge. You can hear the slight buzzing bzz, 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 as the marketplace begins to pick up nearby, as other adventurers are getting ready to go out, so they're buying their supplies for the day, obviously doing their haggling, bargaining, because they don't like the prices. You see a nearby rogue trying to take a piece of bread. You know this rogue. As he walks off with a piece of bread, your friend walks up to the baker and pays for it. Because you know this rogue is not taking this bread for himself. He's feeding some nearby hungry children. As you reach the apothecary and begin to knock on the door, the rogue joins you. He says, "Those are some children that are not going to be hungry today." He smiles. He feels good. As the door opens, you see the parents and child that you are going to be bringing with you. They have gotten her a basket full of the potions and medicines and various other things they want her to deliver to the village. You make your way towards the exit of town, and your party turns toward the mountain. I'm going to count down from 10, and as I do so, the town around you is going to vanish into darkness. When I reach 0, the mountain pass will begin to form. 10, 9, 8, the people have disappeared. 7, 6, 5, the buildings are starting to fade. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You open your eyes, you take a deep breath, and you breathe in that nice, clean mountain air as the wind blows past you. You can hear some rocks begin to fall nearby. It's not enough to believe that there's going to be a rock slide or anything of that manner. It sounds like somebody else is just walking along the mountain and they happen to find some loose rocks. A nearby cave has a mama bear and her 2 cubs just relaxing in the sun, enjoying a morning bath. They look towards you. They don't growl. They're just looking at you, not taking their eyes off of you. They don't seem to be any threat. They're just watching. As you pass by nearby, they do not take their eyes off of you, but they don't make any movement towards you. Obviously, if you don't bother them, they're not planning to bother you. As you reach the turn on the mountain path, you look behind you, and they have resumed their morning ritual of just basking in the sun. The wind has picked up slightly, but it's a nice warm breeze, which is good, because this means that Summer is right around the corner. It's not strong enough to cause any trouble. You're not losing your footing or anything like that. You can see nearby the bottom of the mountain where you're going to stop for the night. It's going to take you a little bit to get down the mountain from here, because you're going to continue following the path that winds its way down. I'm going to count down from 10 again, and this time when I reach 0, you will have made camp for the night. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You look over at the nice crackling fire that you and your friends have set up for the night. The occasional sound as the wood pops. You find it to be relaxing. Your friends have decided that you are going to have first watch. As you look around the camp, you see a small bird just sitting on a branch nearby. It's getting ready to go to sleep for the night. You can hear an owl hoo, hoo, hoo in the distance. You chuckle to yourself, remembering a joke that the rogue had told once about a man who was lost in the woods, and the only companion he had was an owl that seemed to keep following him around. And every time the owl would say who, the man would tell a story about someone he knew who did something silly, and the owl would respond who, and he would tell the owl the name of this person over and over again. You must be nearby a river, because you can hear the water rushing by in the night. And there's a steady trickling sound. Trickle, 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 trickle. You wonder if you should go fill your canteens, fill your water skins, and possibly fill a pot to boil some soup for breakfast. You ultimately decide against it, though, because you're not really sure where the water is. And since you're watching the camp, you shouldn't go too far. You set up your bedroll to the steady breathing as your friends are asleep. You look up at the stars. this isn't a sight you can see in the city because the street lamps are entirely too bright. The stars look beautiful this evening, and you can see the constellations. As you nearly doze off, you can feel a slight tap on your shoulder. It is one of your companions. It is now time for them to take over on watch, and for you to get some sleep. So I'm going to count down from 10, and you are going to drift away into slumber. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you open your eyes, you can see the forest path that you have been following with your companions. It's been a few hours. You haven't seen many animals. You did see a deer, though. The rest are probably hiding because it's still early, and they probably just don't want to interfere with your party. The girl you are escorting seems to have taken a liking to you and has been holding onto your hand since you got up and resumed the adventure. She's looking around the area with just excitement and wonder in her eyes, wondering how long it's going to take to get there, but also taking in the sights of the trees, the rocks. She's been talking for about 20 minutes about a rock that was covered in moss. The sky is so beautiful and blue, except for that one cloud that's going by. You look up to look at the cloud, and it just feels like you could almost reach out and grab it. It's so fluffy, just nothing but a ball of fluff. As you chuckle to yourself, imagining that, you come across another adventuring party. You exchange greetings, and they ask you how the path is ahead. You tell them it's fairly uneventful, and then remember what the girl said, and you make sure to mention the moss-covered stone. You all laugh. They tell you to be careful up ahead, as it does get a bit steep as you walk up a nearby hill. Your companions and you thank them, and you part ways. A little ahead, you see the steep hill they were talking about. It's not a very big hill, not very steep, but if you're not careful, you could lose your footing. You decide it might be a good idea to give your client a piggyback ride. Her face lights up, and she climbs onto your back. You make your way up that hill nearly effortlessly, but that doesn't stop her imagination from running wild as she imagines that you are on an epic journey climbing the largest mountain you have ever seen. At the top, she finds a stone, which she calls the illustrious ruby that you have all been searching for. One of your companions chuckles and says, "Looks like this girl's meant to be an adventurer." Up ahead, you can see the village that you are heading toward. There's a nice open field before it. So you all decide you're going to take a break, have some lunch, and then finish your journey in the afternoon. You lay out a large blanket. You all have a seat. The food is laid out, and you decide you're just going to lie down and close your eyes for a few moments. You can listen, you can hear the wind blowing. The sun feels nice and warm on you. Your friends are just talking, laughing, and eating as you drift off into a short sleep. You are awakened to the gentle tap on your shoulder as you look over, and the girl you're escorting has a big smile and says, "It's time to go, sleepyhead." You all pack up and finish your walk into the village. Her grandparents are waiting on the front step of their apothecary, and she runs over and leaps into their arms. You and your friends decide you're going to go to the local tavern before departing to go back to town. You're going to see if there's anything that needs doing, and you're going to fill up your supplies for the journey back. I'm going to count down from 10, and when I reach 0, you're going to open your eyes, and you will be back in the room, and you will be refreshed and relaxed. 10, 9, the tavern begins to disappear around you. 8, 7, there are no more people. 6, 5, the furniture begins to fade. 4, 3, the walls disappear into darkness. 2, 1, you open your eyes and you see me. I hope you enjoyed this journey. I hope you're nice and relaxed. Feel free to sit there for a few moments, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me for today's journey. I hope you enjoyed it. It was something different. I was using a lot of, my experience as a dungeon master, trying to describe what was going on. Obviously, you had the camp. You set up camp for the night, which is something very common in Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I felt it was definitely different as I went through it. So, as usual, like I said before, don't forget that you can comment below other videos you would like to see. If there are some guided meditations you would like to see, feel free to comment those as well. Right about now, you should be getting a subscribe button up here, the latest video on the channel over here, a video recommended for you by YouTube over here, and over here is going to be a playlist, probably of the guided meditations. So once again, thank you for joining me, and as always, have a peaceful day. Bye.